Hey everyone, so I'm going to walk you through the concept map that I've created for how I kind of view English and English studies. So I've got it broken down into different categories. We've got literature at the top, speech and speaking, composition. I've also got some of the philosophers, the skills needed for English studies, the actual study of the language as well. So I'm going to start though at the top with literature. When we think of English, I think we think of those key players, those texts, and the different types of genres within literature. So what really came to mind to me were some of the major players. So Shakespeare, Wordsworth, Dickinson, Frost, Whitman, Shelley, and most of the ones that came to mind for me were American and British writers, since it's the ones that we touch on the most when we're teaching English. And then I've also listed genres, and I listed this because in my own classroom in ninth grade, I teach the different genres within literature. So drama, novels, novella, poetry, the epic, memoirs, short stories. So that's really what comes to mind for me when I think of literature. And then I also think of speech and speaking as a component of English. And I've got some of the subcategories are rhetoric, enunciation, persuasion. And we teach that a lot when we address the standards. And then I have composition and writing, so narratives, writing poetry, essays, argumentative, informative, and all the aspects that kind of go into composition. I'm going to go up to the top here for the study of language. I've got the writing systems. It's important to know about the alphabet, grammar rules, style, usage. Also linguistics, morphology, syntax, phonetics, all of those things that go into the actual study of language itself. And then I have skills that are needed for English, including comprehension, reading, listening, analyzing, writing, speaking. And then lastly, down here at the bottom, I have philosophers, Locke, Marx, Bacon, and Hobbes. And I will say this is probably the weakest area of English studies for me specifically. I don't know a lot about English studies or philosophy, so I hope that through this class I can learn more, but these are some of the big players. When I look this up, I recognize those names. So this is my concept map. This is kind of what I've come up with for what comes to mind when I think of English and English studies.